So SEM, which in Maltese is Servizzi Ewropej in Malta, and in English, European Services in Malta, is considered as a one-stop shop when it comes to EU affairs. It's a government agency, and its aim is to try and bridge the European Union closer to the citizens, to the Maltese and Gothitans. It is of utmost importance that although we do feel as Europeans, we make sure that all Maltese and Gothitans do understand the benefits, the opportunities, but also their obligations when it comes to the EU. And that is our primary focus. Lately, we have also introduced the policy department, but mainly our focus is on EU funds. EU funds which are crucial in modern days, in our infrastructure, in our hospitals, in every sector, and we try to make sure that we are the gateway of EU funds to the citizens. And it is of utmost importance that we try to assist all people, farmers, fishermen, businesses, NGOs, local councils, and other sectors to make sure that they are informed about EU funds, but then we do also assist when it comes at the application stage of EU funds. So we try to make sure that everyone is involved in this process and everyone is informed about what is happening in the European Union, but also mainly when it comes to EU funds. Yes, it's a very interesting question because since 2023 we have been entrusted to do also assist businesses. In the past we assisted NGOs, local government authorities and agencies, but now we have diversified to make sure that everyone reap the benefits of EU funding, including businesses and enterprises. And in fact, lately we have been awarded with the National Business Supporting Award for giving our assistance to businesses in applying for EU funds. You have to be a Maltese company or at least based in Malta, and we do assist from start to finish because we explore the possibility of informing the businesses in different media aspects about the funding opportunities that are available, but then also assist in the application. And it is of utmost importance for us that we see that EU funds are also given for businesses. In fact, during the last and the current period of EU funding, which is 21 to 2027, Malta has been allocated around 40 million euro to directly invest in businesses and making them grow larger. We have 99% of our enterprises locally are SMEs and micro. And this is also in the European Union itself. So our aim is to make sure that we do assist them and make them understand what are the priorities of the Commission. But what are the priorities of the Commission? The priorities are when it comes to digitalisation, especially, and also related to the Green Deal, decarbonization, and we make sure that all the businesses are more sustainable. So that is our aim, to make sure that they understand what are the benefits, they come up with projects and ideas, discuss them with us, and when they discuss them with us, we do also assist to make sure that it is in line with what the European Commission priorities are, and then we assist at the application stage. If then the managing authorities, which is in this case the Measures and Support Division, which is entrusted with the Business Enhance scheme, if they approve the application, then we do also assist when it comes to the implementation of the project. I must say, we are not the project managers because the owners are ultimately the managers, but yes, we do assist in the application, in the implementation stage, because we do understand the bureaucracy and obviously the daunting part of the administration side, and this is a free of charge service. And I'm very proud of that because we are one of the few in the European Union that provides this service. So we try to give a holistic approach, a holistic service to all businesses across the Maltese Islands. It's based on both of them. So in order to be an SME, you need to have less than 500 employees, but the turnover must be of an SME and not a large business. Obviously, in the past years, there had been also schemes for large businesses, but currently we're in 2025. That means that we're approaching now the end of this programming period, which obviously most of the funds have been now taken. So now the focus is purely on SMEs rather than large businesses, but it is very vast. But I must say that there are other programs which are maybe centralized funds, which means that there should be a European Union-wide competition where you compete with other member states, but then we assist as well. As Servizzi Ewropej in Malta, although it's not locally based, it's European Union based, we do also assist when it comes to these kind of competitions as well. So we try to make it good as possible. They can. As I said, one of the priorities of the Business Enhance, which falls under the ERDF program, focuses on digitalization as well. There are a few schemes to digitalize your micro business, to digitalize your SME business, where its aim is to continue going to what the European Commission is promoting, which is digitalization, decarbonization, the use of less paper and more digital. So there you can also promote issues like obviously better software, better hardware, to make sure that obviously you reach all the targets. But apart from that, there is the digital program, which is a 7.5 billion euro program. As I said, it's a centralized fund, which means that it's directly coordinated by the European Commission, and it works on a number of aspects: AI, mainly data sharing and data protection, and other issues like that. So it is a twofold area. We have the local funds, which are European funds, but they locally administered, and also those which are European Commission based. As I previously said, European funds is all about European policy. At the start of every European Commission mandate, the European Commission President, currently Ursula von der Leyen, sets out its priorities. And European funds are then based on those priorities. During the past, I think, 10 years, it was very clear, very, I must say, clear enough and worded out that decarbonization, the Green Deal, sustainability has been a priority for the European Commission, and hence that reflects in the European funding programs. Lately we have also been adjourned about the new funding program, which will now start in 2028, and it looks like same priorities will be featured. And so definitely when it comes to ESG, sustainability, the environment, decarbonization, they all reflect in, I must say, most of the programs, including those for businesses and digitalization. And hence digitalization is a priority and has been featured a lot in this. So yes, it is quite clear enough that in all business enhance programs and schemes, this has been featured, and also it has been important a lot that when businesses apply for such funding, they do consider the environmental aspect, even if they are going to grow in their business. They must feature the sustainability of their business, the sustainability of their program, and so I must say it is quite a very important aspect that even in digitalization and business enhanced schemes, this is featured a lot. Yes, a very important question, because as we highlighted earlier, we are part of the government. We are not a European Union agency, but we're a government agency, and that makes us unique in the ecosystem of Europe. But it is very important that we bridge with other government authorities and agencies. In fact, during last year we signed an MOU with Business First with the aim of assisting newly formed businesses when it comes to EU funds. We have an agreement with Business First that we train their employees, but also make sure that the employees introduce them to the benefits of EU funding, and then we do assist, as I explained earlier. Currently we're in advanced discussions with MDIA, the Digital Innovation Authority, and we're looking at a possibility of also making sure that we have an MOU with them, especially nowadays with artificial intelligence that is obviously rapidly growing. So there we're discussing a lot, and also Malta Enterprise, that from time to time we're invited at their conferences to make sure that everyone understands these benefits, because it is of utmost importance that if there are opportunities, we make sure that they are informed about them, but ultimately they benefit from them. And our free of charge service is important a lot to make sure that they, yes, do apply, but most of all, the most important thing is that we do assist them. Because as I said, some businesses are maybe afraid of EU funding because of its bureaucratic side, and that is our aim, that is our role, and we are thriving and we are trying our utmost to make sure that this is more simplified from our side, to make sure that they are not afraid of this part and they reap all the benefits. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there are a number of aspects in every program. Every program requires a number of specificities. I won't go into details because there are a number of programs, but when discussing with the businesses themselves, we make sure that we won't take more of their time if it's in vain. So what we do is that we speak with the business, we tell them, listen, give us your idea. We do ask them for a number of issues like shareholding, like the number of employees and other things to make sure that they're in line with the program's needs. And we make sure that this is bridged in the application. So if a person is a large business, if an industry is a large business, and this is something for SME, we don't go for the application stage because we do explain this is something which is focused for the SMEs or the micro businesses. So we make sure that we don't lose any of their time and any of our time, because time is money and we need to assist other businesses. But definitely it is something that we do take in a very serious manner, and we make sure that we do understand their specificities, but make sure that they understand the specificities of the program. So that is a very important thing that we do, and we need to say that also we bridge a lot with the Measures and Support Division, which are the managing authority of Business Enhanced. And we do have a very important dialogue, although we're independent from each other. We have a very important dialogue to make sure that we don't, at any point in time, try to go out of our way in assisting other businesses when we can't. So I must make a clear distinction. We are not those who will be giving the funds. It's the managing authority who will be giving the funds. We are those that assist in the project development of the application. So that is a very clear distinction I need to make. If the managing authority then approves the application and it is and the business is granted the grant, then once implementing the project, they can come to us to assist them in the implementation. Obviously, when it comes to funding, a lot of paperwork is needed, a lot of administration is needed, and I do agree that the businesses maybe find it a bit daunting. And yes, we do assist in that part. As I said, we are not the project managers, and that is a very important thing to mention, because they assume the full responsibility, but we do assist when it comes to this important stage, because as I said, EU funding is about public funding. It comes from my taxes, your taxes, so we need to make sure that it is spent right and correctly. And that is why there are a number of audits, a number of things that needs to be checked, and we need to make sure that in the implementation stage everything is done right and correctly. Okay. It is something which makes me proud of my agency because it is unique in the European Union. So we do assist from A to Z. We promote what the schemes that are available, and once a business is interested in this scheme, he comes back to us through our various media presence, our offices in Valletta, online, etc. There are a number of ways they can contact us. They explain their idea. We try to align that with a specific program, and once we do that and we start assisting in the application stage, where we say, listen, I think you should obviously write this because this is one of the priorities and these issues, then it comes to us that we obviously submit the application together with our client. If approved, then it comes to the implementation. And I must say that we do offer a service which is tailor-made, because we have one of our officials who is given to the client to discuss the whole project with him or her. So they understand the project from the initial stages until the end. And obviously it is a very good thing that a client is accustomed to a person who understands his issue from the very first stages until the end. So they do the journey together. And this is a very important thing for us and for the client to make sure that he is obviously on the right track to make sure that he or she reaps the benefits of EU funding. What I first want to say is that dream. It is very important to dream in EU funding, to have ideas which maybe you would say, I think this is not good. Please do come forward with that idea, because that is our role to make sure that we try and align you with one of the programs. We are, I think, very accessible. We have a very accessible website. It's sem.gov.mt, which is very accessible, very user-friendly, and there you can understand better the EU funding opportunities which are available. But also, if something is not available and it is of your interest, you can register your interest, and we have a very good automatic system that once a funding program is available which is related to your interests, you would be notified automatically with such programs, and then you can start discussing with us. But obviously we are very reachable through telephone, social media, as I said, the website and other mediums, and we're trying our best not only to wait for the customers themselves to come to us, but with this opportunity and others, we go forward with our ideas and discuss them with you. So it helps us to reach more clients, and at the end of the day, as I said earlier, we make sure that they are aware of the funding opportunities, but then they reap the benefits.